right? The city.
Nic. Já to věděl. Nic.
Well, aren't we a slick piece of machinery? Probably make a good cop in another life.
You are a freak. Celý oddělení je skorumpované. Asi jsem ho měl rozvázat, než jsem odešel.
Can't defend against that kind of team.
No, no more. I don't care what you do. I don't care about your privilege.
Well, I'm here during the night. Those reforms were
The stuff market is big after the bomb, but it's recovering very fast.
Julian is not acting like himself. Ever since the Palisade fight.
If you do hear,
So bank doesn't store money or gold or anything, it only stores data?
That's right. In any form it takes. Hard drives, archival papers, prototypes, proprietary research, sensitive items.
If I want to find out all about the company's dirty secrets or commit industrial espionage, all I have to do is break into Palisade Bank.
It's not as easy as it is. Believe me. And even if...
Yes, since 2017. However, this particular building was completed in 2020.
absolutely secure. Data extract. Allow me to finish with this gentleman, sir. Allow me to finish with this gentleman, sir.
Welcome to Palisade. We get few augmented clients.
Never.
I'm sorry, I'm in the middle of a conversation.
Restricted areas are off
Absolutely
limits.
secure. Data extractors have never breached the law.
Hackers are everywhere.
Does our company's money put a roof over your head? Does being employed with us enable your children to eat? Does your wife get to live in a safe, gated community?
Heard something. Sorry, sir. At this point.
I apologize profusely.
No, of course not. I don't know. Because I know it's dealing for them for a long time.
If you'd mind not doing that, sir.
Always so mysterious. Yes. Sub-level security room has our up-to-date security passwords.
Good. Haven't heard from mezzanine level or the book of both.
Confirmation, Mike.
Go on. Really?
Oh, what the feeling a little something away and we built it on hand. Oh, no, they can't. People don't
Personnel only in this area, sir.
Safe enough for the rich and famous, and safe enough for me.
Welcome to Palisade. We get few augmented clients and visitors, sir. The lobby may be visited, but please stay out of any restricted areas.
Well, I'm here during the night. Those reforms were enacted. Like for parade. And it worked.
Access granted. Access granted.
Never have to shop for the office, wine and kind all over the world. Oh, and have a few children in the bank.
Well, I wouldn't mind a billion, but I'll bet they never get a day off. But we have a pattern. We gotta wait for people.
I wouldn't mind one of those either.
Yeah, well, next time on Hero or Tower, you can ask the boy there. Meantime, we go work.
I think I heard a noise. Got your post covered.
Preventing life-saving medical transports from getting through. In Chile, they committed massive... In Russia, combat drones attacked cities. And in the US, millions of workers lost their jobs when the collective leaked classified corporate documents, causing several Fortune 500 companies to go bankrupt. Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted. Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Move to patrol. Confirm limited.
Confirmed. Maintain.
Switch to limited. Confirm.
Confirmed. Control limited.
flashbacks to the AUG incident.
Access granted. Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
This is Eliza Kassan, reporting to you live from Picus. Picus News, the global leader in fair, unbiased, and impartial reporting. And now for a close look at the events making headlines around the world. Here are our top stories. Is freedom of the press a threat to our freedom? In the hands of irresponsible journalists, it can be. Underground websites and radio stations continue to praise the Juggernaut Collective, an elusive group of vigilante hackers, for exposing
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated.
However, is the damage these hackers leave in their wake. Last year, the Collective shut down London's
Access
traffic,
granted.
causing gridlock for hours and preventing life-saving medical transports from getting through. In Chile, they committed massive voter fraud when they rigged the electronic voting system and elected a 12-year-old boy as president. In Russia, ground-to-combat drones attacked India. And in the U.S., millions of workers lost their jobs when the Collective leaked classified corporate documents, causing several Fortune 50 companies to go bankrupt. Between you and me, folks, the Collective is one of the most dangerous criminal organizations in the world, despite whatever praises the underground media wants to sing. This is Eliza Kassan, reporting to you live from Picus. Ariel is constantly ready for the best and latest technology. Our portable data solution puts fast stories forward. Legislation, if passed, calls for the removal and downgrading of all overly powerful, unlicensed documentations. Individuals who fail to comply will be arrested and relocated to designated AUG-only locations. Safety is the primary concern, especially in the wake of the AUG incident, where millions of people lost their lives due to malfunctioning augmentation. Opponents of the legislation have been protesting and many of the protests have turned violent. This escalation in the violence and rhetoric has only widened the gap and polarized the dialogue on both sides of the issue. We will be watching the UN closely for any break in the story. This is Eliza Kazan, reporting to you, live, from Picus.
They may have bad guys. God knows. The shot enemies. For all you need, get through the day. You're shot.
In yet another augmented terror attack, 251 passengers aboard Sister Airlines Flight 451 were killed when an augmented passenger broke into the plane's cockpit and ruthlessly butchered its flight crew. Black box report suggests that the man may have been suffering flashbacks to the AUG incident. That horrible day 2 years ago when augmented people all over the world flew into a psychotic killing spree, causing the greatest loss of life in recent. I cannot speak for you folks, but terrifying memories of that day still haunt me. It will certainly be a while before any of us forget it.
Narrow pattern confirmed.
Hell kind of
Rather
crazy
stay
is
quiet.
this? I'm going to get the police if this continues.
No loitering, Frank. Keep hanging around and I'm waiting for an hospital.
Problems already.
Not right now. Actually, not ever. I don't know you, so I won't talk to you. I don't know you, so I won't talk to you. You know
Hezká noc, co? Hlavně, aby nám to vydržel.
be a problem. That's all.
se do golemu.
Task Force 29. So, got anything on Pikers?
What are you working on right now? What's your big story?
We don't write stories, man. We bombard with facts. 63% of all earthquakes since 1997 were caused by geological bombs. Did you know that?
You must have missed that one.
There is nothing natural about these disasters. You like figures? 7.1 million ogs left in the world. That's down 89% since the incident. Darknet Shatterman up 73% since that thing in Dubai. It's all related. You want the spoiler? You want the bottom line? I'll tell you. All part of a selective depopulation agenda they've had from the beginning. The means change, the targets change, but not the ideal. And our governments, they know about this, but the public has no idea. Why? Why is that? Because Picus controls 94% of the world's media, and 97% of what they report is complete bullshit. That's a fact.
You mentioned something about Dubai. What do you know about what happened there?
Expelled our mercenaries working with local Slavic gangsters caught in the middle of a puppet show in the Middle East. The whole thing was carefully crafted for them.
Crafted by who?
Someone who likes to read the game. Puppet on each hand, man.
Where do you get this information from? Who's your source?
Voices in the dark. The moment you fall asleep is the moment they start talking. Psst, Kidara, Kilva, Changa. That's what I hear. Whispers out of reach. It's like a scent. Something no one can hold on to.
So you have no idea.
I got plenty of ideas, but the more I talk, the less I can hear. Besides, journalistic integrity, man, we're not pikers down here, okay? We're one of the few media outlets left that aren't part of the global control mechanism. Indirect means on one side, direct means on the other. And once you're in the wheels of the machine, you're finished.
I think I found the kind of information you're looking for.
All right, inspire.
Here. Picus knew all about a recent chemical spill and what it did to the water supply. They warned their own people, but not the public at large.
That does risk people's health and to threaten social order. This is good, very good. Anything else?
No, it's it.
Oh, that's cool. This should be more than enough. Okay, Bones has been typing up a story already. We pulled all our Picus theories together and laid out some preliminaries. If you did your job right, this should help fill in the blanks.
So we're done here.
Almost. We need to make sure this issue gets the publicity it deserves. There's a city information hub we want you to hack. It's on your way out, I promise. Not buying it! Not buying it, Picus! As usual.
This is the third such attack to strike Prague in 6 months. All of them occurring after Dr. Talis Riker, leader of the Augmented Rights Group.
I should get out of here.
Už ani oddělení se nedá věřit.
Stay out of his way.
Cannot come soon enough.
Kdyby letěla do Ománu, už bych tě nikdy neviděla.
Yeah, I know. You have no money. Whatever.
Likvidátor škod už tam byl, ale že by něco hlásil, jsem ještě neslyšel.
Wake of the Og incident. The people lost their lives due to malfunctioning augmentation. Opponents of the legislation have been protesting all over the world, and many of the protests have turned violent. Desperation and violence.
Jak dlouho už jsem na... Jde mi to jako celý úl.
Ten hajzl leze do říky a dostane povýšení. Got this. Ashanti Enterprises. Wrong thing to get the Ashanti.
Spread throughout Europe.
In yet another augmented terror attack, 251 passengers aboard sister airline flight 451 were killed when an augmented passenger broke into the critical flight crew. Details recovered from the
They are in. How to stop it?
Ať jdou do háje, jsou všichni stejní. Podvodníci. Doufám, že mi rodina balíku pojistku vyplatí.
And we at Palisade Property Bank have made addressing those concerns priority work.
Celý oddělení je
Information
zkorupované.
archived within the walls of Palisade Property Bank is beyond the legal jurisdiction of the assured anonymity. Palisade Bank Corporation is now and forever will be the best secure corporate archiving company in the world.
around the clock.
Vážně jsme k něčemu.
it.
Je za špatný parkování.
Your days are numbered, Clank.
Just make it to this ship.
Skoro připadá, že jsme v chomoutu srucha.
Access granted.
Okay, you there?
Who is this? How did you get this number?
I did what you asked. Sam dad should have no problem getting its message out now. You remember our deal?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't compromise whatever little game you're playing over at that import company.
Try to keep a low profile. If Picus wasn't gunning for our floor, it would be now.
Don't worry. Just make sure you remember who the good guys are.
Měl jsem to dešť.
Soon enough.
Vážně jsme k něčemu dobrý.
So my client beat me to death. In shock.
Identification.
It's like stepping back in time. Even the owner is an antique. I did go in.
Okay, you're good to go.
Thank you. You'll help, right? You won't just walk by like the others?
The cops in this city have a bad reputation, but some of us are doing our best every day to change
What are the
that.
Skoro mi připadá, že jsme v chomoutu s sákama.
Can't believe a word they say.
Maybe the connection is that there is more of a kind of
These guys die find lots of jobs.
You'd think one of them would pop up on some list somewhere.
Things got pretty hairy in Dubai.
Maybe the...
Thanks for taking care of those conspiracy nuts, Jensen. Man, the thought of someone knowing where we are. I'm supposed to be digging into this Janus hacking collective, but I can't do that if I keep looking over my shoulder, waiting for the next bomb to go off.
Any progress on Janus?
Why? What have you heard?
Don't get jumpy. Just curious.
Janus has officially hacked into my sleep. I wake up trying to figure out who's tracking who. Sometimes I think I'm this close, and then nothing. But I am starting to learn one thing.
And what's that?
The less I talk about how it's going, the better it seems to be going.
How did you get started here exactly?
Miller came to me in prison. Helping him set up a cybercrimes unit was my way out.
That's a pretty good deal.
Sure, if you're looking to exchange one set of impenetrable walls for another. At least in prison, I didn't owe anyone anything. Here, I don't know. They do a good job of reminding me that I have a lot to be grateful for.
You saying they hired you because they knew you wouldn't ask questions?
No. Maybe. Look, I do ask questions. A lot of questions. Just not always out loud.
You were brought in specifically to track down Janus. You ever worked with them in the past?
I'm not one for collective ideals. Chang looks out for Chang. Sometimes our routes ran parallel. Ships in the night kind of deal.
Is the collective as big a threat as people say?
People like to romanticize these kinds of hacktivist organizations.
But you don't see it that way.
They're anonymous, powerful, and convinced they have a stranglehold on what's right and wrong. In my opinion, that makes them very dangerous.
Get some sleep, Chang. You sound like you can use it.
Not terrible.
Thanks. Keep digging.
Be careful out there.
Is it or is it not information?
Agent Jensen!
Agent Singh. Wasn't expecting to see you again, in civvies at least.
Just passing through. I wanted to thank your team for the backup in Dubai. That sting went to hell faster than the storm did.
You're welcome, but I don't think you came all this way to say thanks.
Director Miller asked me to get Agent McCready up to speed. Now I have the red-eye flight back to Oman.
Headed into the field office there?
Not exactly. One of our black sites. I'll be dropped in as a captured enemy combatant. After I contact my fellow Jinn prisoners, I shall lead a very convenient escape.
We're embedding with the Jinn. Aren't you taking a big risk, given everything that happened?
No choice. That ambush knocked everyone on their asses. TF-29, Bell Tower, the Jinn. To cover all the angles, I need to go back. Hopefully my cover is still good. You killing the signal booster at the hotel should help.
You're thinking the Jinn can get a beat on our gate crashers faster than TF-29.
Perhaps. They do not like loose seconds. An augmented kill squad with military training. Have you ever seen anything like it?
Yeah, once. But it's a long story. Whoever they were, they knew exactly when the deal was going down. Any chance they were based locally, in Dubai?
No. After the incident, Dubai became the world's most luxurious tombstone. Perfect for the Jinn, but for no one else.
I thought human augmentation was frowned on in the Middle East. Why was Dubai hit so hard?
Because it was another world. 2 other worlds, in fact. One of extreme augmentations in gold or crystal, and one of thousands of workers outfitted for construction. Then, that day.
I know.
No, Agent Jensen, you could not. Some called it divine punishment. But that day was not the work of a merciful God.
Did we get anything out of the cleanup operation?
Mostly corpses. Heavily augmented, as you know. Under those gold masks, they were ID scrubbed. No prints, no dentals, no DNA match. Professional.
Could still be X-Bell Tower. Plenty of men and material went AWOL after the incident. A competing faction that listened in on Shepard's sale.
It's a possibility. The audits and investigations of Bell Tower will go on for years before we know how many rats jumped from that ship. At least we recovered weapons. Unlisted, high-spec, military-grade augmentation. Enough to build another couple of you. That is a joke.
Right. It's the world we live in. Anyone with an exemption to the weaponized augment ban is a useful tool. Or a terrorist. I don't envy what you've got ahead of you.
Actually, I'm looking forward to it. The truth is, when you've been under for long enough, you won't feel like an imposter out here, in the real world.
Yeah, I understand the feeling.
What these journalists overlook, however...
It is Jensen, yes?
The collective shut down London's traffic grid, causing gridlock for hours and preventing life-saving medical transports from getting through. In Chile, they committed massive voter fraud when they rigged the electronic voting system and elected a 12-year-old boy as president. In Russia, hacked combat drones attacked St. Petersburg. And in the US, millions of workers lost their jobs when the collective leaked classified corporate documents, causing several Fortune 500 companies...
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated.
Dangerous criminal organizations in the world, despite whatever phrases the underground media wants to say. This is Eliza Cassell, reporting to you live from Lycan. Ariel is constantly bringing better and latest technology.
Access granted.
Our portable data centers provide massive storage capacity, flexible screens, and over 1,000 other unique and patented features. Ariel, up in the stratosphere. Back to New York, and a more in-depth look at UN Security Council Resolution 3507, also known as the Human Restoration Act. This legislation, if passed, calls for the removal and downgrading of all overly powerful, unlicensed augmentations. Individuals who fail...
Is there something I can help you with, Agent?
I hear you're on point looking into the gold mask mercs that hit us in Dubai. Any leads yet?
Christ, I know I'm good, Jensen, but I've only been on it for 5 minutes.
A lot can happen in 5 minutes, McCready. You check with the ME yet? Get anything off the bodies we recovered?
Leftovers are on ice at the Oman substation. I've been told they were scrubbed clean as summer whites. No prints, no dental, no nothing.
So in other words, it's no steps forward and 2 steps back.
For now. That's why it's a good thing you disabled the Jinn's comms booster in Dubai. Since cover with the Jinn is still intact, I'm hoping once he's back in Basra, he can use his network to dig around. Maybe these gold mask jokers will ping locally. Probably another fucking jihad looking to make some noise.
I don't know. I'm not so sure we should be looking for these guys in the desert.
Oh, is that so? You have some new information you feel like sharing?
Come on, McCready. These guys were augmented with military-grade hardware. Body augmentation goes against Muslim beliefs. They weren't jihadists. We're dealing with something new here.
I can see where you're going with this, Jensen, and I'm asking you right now to back off it. It's not your case.
Come on, McCready. We're not a couple of beat cops filling a monthly quota here. This isn't about whose collar it is. It's about getting the people responsible. Full stop.
Look, I get what you're saying, but I'm working a $5 investigation on 50 cents worth of shit. I've got speculation to spare, mate. Listen, I know I come off strong. I've got 3 ex-wives that'll back that up. But that's just how I'm built. Putting on a show for the new guys isn't going to change what's underneath.
I can appreciate that kind of honesty.
Good. So when I say I'm impressed with how you handled yourself in Dubai, you can appreciate that I meant it. With that sandstorm giving us colonics, stripping the juice box out the chopper was an inspired choice. But that mission is over, and your involvement in it ends now. Got it?
Yeah. But tell me, why do you think the bodies from Dubai were sent to Oman?
Fuck knows. Rumor is that Oman was pissed that we got the green light for the gig in the first place. Can't blame them, really.
You don't think it's strange we got the call over them?
I stopped questioning the logic of the big noise a long time ago. What I'm told is we were the only team ready to go.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
So then you know what I know. Got everything?
How the hell did you get such a sunny disposition anyway, McCready?
Knowing about me is not going to make us friends, Jensen. But I'll humor you. Fine. I joined regular army straight out of secondary school, made UKSF at 25 and was recruited into the SRR 4 years later.
Special Reconnaissance Regiment. That's an elite unit.
Oh yeah, it was very glamorous. All champagne and blowjobs.
So what happened?
After 12 years hunting terrorist shitbirds across every desert on the face of the earth, I found there was no fucking end to the evil this world churned out. I couldn't see the point in what we were doing anymore. So I quit.
So what brought you back to the life?
I suppose it was purpose. A tool without a job to do can only grow rust. So here I am, back in it, serving my purpose. As a tool yourself, you should understand that, yeah?
How the hell did you get such a sunny Yeah, I got it. It was nice talking to you, McCready.
No, it wasn't.
Medical transports from getting through. In Chile, fully committed coordinated fully urgent. Category normal.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
what chip is in.
Weird, it's already picking up a freak. Jesus, Adam, is Miller in there right now?
Shit, gotta go.
Jensen, I need to see you, now!
Agent Jensen reporting for duty, sir. Tried to do it earlier, but you were on a conference call.
Yeah, I was. Should I be worried about you, Jensen?
Sorry.
That blow you took to your systems. It's not messing with your head or anything, making you do things.
I'm not gonna go crazy and start attacking people, if that's what you're worried about.
You've been checked out then. The problem with your orbs is gone.
I took care of it.
Good, good. God knows, with all that's happened, I need you at 100% right now.
You sounded pissed when you called me in. Everything okay?
Don't ever leave the field, Jensen. You'll regret it. As soon as you strap a desk to your ass, you'll be swimming in goddamn politics.
The boss is giving you trouble.
What? Oh, that. No, the trouble's state police. They're pushing us out of the Rosika investigation. I want you over there to make sure that doesn't happen.
You're putting me on the train station attack? Not Dubai?
Forget Dubai. McCready's handling it.
With all due respect, we were blindsided in Dubai, and those mercs put up one hell of a firefight. I'd like to know who they were.
They were augmented, Jensen. Chances are this will lead right back home.
To the train station attack?
Maybe. It's possible. But we won't know for sure if we don't investigate both. Mac's a solid agent. I'm confident he'll dig up something on the gold mask. And once we get Singh reinserted with the Jinn, he might be able to use their network to find out even more, as long as his cover wasn't blown. Regardless, I want you looking into Rosika before the state police fuck up our crime scene.
Yes, sir. You said they're trying to push us out?
I sent Fletcher in this morning to oversee evidence collection. Seems he's being detained because he hasn't checked in since.
They can't lock us out. The Czech Republic signed our UN mandate agreement. They gave us jurisdiction over terrorist investigations.
Yeah, well, the former director of their security information services runs state police now. He's come up with a loophole, claiming this attack falls under the homegrown terror exemption.
Homegrown? He's saying it's ARC? The Augmented Rights Coalition?
I don't care what he's saying. He may even be right. I just want us in there so we can find out.
Chang said you've got him cleaning up Intellicam footage that was captured during bombing. Maybe he can tell us something.
Maybe. But between you and me, Chang's become a little more unglued since Rosika. Not sure we can to get his shit together.
So where do I start?
Technically, you're supposed to speak to our psychologist before getting back into action.
I don't need a shrink.
Convenient, because she's not in the office right now, and I don't want to waste any more time.
So how do I get to Rosika? Public transportation's not stopping there.
It will for you once I make a phone call. Head to the metro and call me when you're there. Good luck, Agent.
I cannot speak for you folks, but terrifying memories of that day still haunt me. It will certainly be a while before any of us forget it. This is Eliza Kassan. Reporting to you live.
Anonymity. Security. These are the greatest concerns of the digital age.
Jensen, get to work!
Property Bank have made addressing those concerns a priority. Information archived within the walls of Palisade Property Bank.
We're doing extra communications 5 days ahead of the election. Holy shit.
Palisade Bank operation is
Maybe the connection is that there is no.
Alex, did we get anything from the whisper chip?
We got something, but Janus provided the wrong algorithm for the frequencies, so they aren't getting deciphered correctly.
Can you fix it?
I'm a pilot, not a programmer. I can do it, but it's gonna take some time.
That's quite a look.
Sorry if I was rude before. If the store had been empty.
We all have our roles to play, Sedlak. How's yours going?
It is giving me new respect for criminals who run front operations. Late shipments, supply problems, random police searches at customs. Ugh.
I thought this store was just a front.
Best Front is a real company. Prahadovos is registered as an international shipping corporation in every country in the EU. I can get an office, way station, or depot up and running anywhere in Europe within 72 hours. I do not suppose you spoke to Agent Chang while you were down there.
He told me you've been hacked. I'm looking into it.
Good. I will sleep better knowing an experienced field agent is on the case.
Field agent?
We both know the deal, Jensen. There are two types of agents in this office. The ones who do the footwork and work the leads, and the ones who analyze them.
And you think Chang's one of those?
I think Chang lives in his head too much. He is good. He's very good. But it is also good that the task force brought in a new psychologist this month.
Anything you can tell me about this hack?
Chang will know more than me. I just told him something strange was going on. Utility statements being accessed, incomplete information on orders, that kind of thing.
The kind of thing that's easy to miss. Surprised you noticed it.
When you have been doing this as long as me, you start to question every little thing. Plus, that old lady kept coming around.
Old lady?
Chatty thing. I thought she was just lonely, until I caught her staring at the terminal when my back was turned.
Did you confront her about it?
I told Chang. Asked him to put a field agent on it.
Well, I'd better get going. I'll let you know if I find anything.
Do not tell me, tell Chang. I have a cover to keep. I'm glad you were not hurt in the bombing yesterday, Agent Jensen. The task force needs good men like you.
Thanks, Sedlak. Take care.
Aspoň, že netrčím u skříněk s důkazy.
Hobos, augs, prostitutes.
Hele, koukejte nám dát pokoj, nebo...
Hele, not right now. Actually, not ever.
Hate to see what these Augs have done.
What is
Out of the natural line. All right, I saw your fancy license. No need to rub my nose.
All right, at the metro.
Perfect timing. Chang says your private chariot will arrive any time you call up Rizika Station on the map.
Chang, you had him hack into Prague's public transit company so I can get to Rizika?
Plan A wasn't working.
Got what you're looking for.
Jensen, what's wrong? What are you doing here?
Miller sent me to find you. Thought you might have run into trouble.
He said that? Did he use those exact words? Because it's not my fault.
What happened, Smiley?
1 minute I'm in there running the show, and the next they accuse me of trying to tamper with evidence. Me! Can you believe that? I would never do that, Adam. Never!
It's our crime scene.
Exactly. But try telling them that. The minute they went for their guns, I decided it was time to shut up and get out of there. They accuse me of tampering with evidence. They're probably destroying all the evidence there is right now. You know, at first I thought this was about Sonia.
Sonia? Sonia who?
Oh, just some girl I've been teaching English to. Turns out her husband is a little territorial. You know the type.
Smiley.
Right. Back to the case. The thing is, I think I found something in there, something big, something that could just blow this case wide open. I just need to get a look at the scan of the blast area, so... Actually, it's a good thing that you're here. I don't suppose you could Jensen your way in there and grab it for me?
What do you think is on this scan?
It's evidence, Jensen. A 3D mass spectrometer scan of the explosion site. And if I had one more minute in there, I'd have it with me right now, and I could find out. The fact that they don't want me to see it makes me want to see it even more. I'm sure it's important.
So what am I looking at in there?
It's a blast site. There's debris everywhere, and plenty of cops too. Once you get past the turnstiles and security offices, you should have a clean path to the tourist office where they have the scan, if they don't see you.
How many cops are inside?
I don't know. Several. They all had guns, so I didn't stop and count them all. There's at least one guy in an exosuit, and my guess is they'll shoot first and bury the bodies later.
We need that evidence.
Yes, exactly. That's the spirit. We need it. But you won't be able to just walk in there and ask them for it, since you're Interpol and, you know, augmented. After yesterday's attack, they're not exactly fans of the,
So where do I find it?
The forensic team set up camp inside the tourist agency, or what used to be the tourist agency. Get to their setup, grab the DSD with the scan on it, and get out. Easy peasy.
This could take a while, Smiley.
Got it. I'll get out of your way, head back to HQ. Good luck, and, let's not tell Miller about this one, okay?
Right.
We might as well head back. There's no getting through that way.
What? This area is restricted to civilians.
I'm with Task Force 29. Thought maybe I could take a look around.
You thought wrong. This is a local investigation. You task force guys can go swing your dick someplace else.
That's fine, forget it.
Done. Bye. Get back. No hands-ons allowed.
I thought he'd still be in the other car. Checked himself out this morning. He had no arrangement. I cannot imagine how he did it. Simply they have determined to find the obvious sponsors. Captain had to have him physically removed. What did they do?
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted. Access granted. initiated. Access granted.
Muscle!